Alright, so today I'm going to be doing a quick little crappy video of my future home phone system, and just kind of explaining my plans and showing how everything's going to work. So I recently watched Collab Retro's video of the older Cisco IP phones, and I've already been wanting these phones, some of the older Cisco phones, for a long time, but watching his video was the perfect excuse to pick some up myself. So I ended up buying 3 of these Cisco 7965 IP phones for $10 a piece, which was a really good deal. I have 2 currently, but I have another one on the way. Here's the second one. So this one, I'm running 2 CME systems currently just for testing, but this one is on what is going to be the main household CME phone system, and that is registered. That is going to be on the Cisco 2901 router right here. And then this one right here, excuse the mess, this router right here is registered on my lab phone system, which is this router right here. This does like all the phone lines for my central station receivers and all of my analog phone line projects, but that's besides the point. And then, so a while back I made a video of my home phone system, and it was all based off of the old landline wiring that I had in my house. That didn't end up taking off the way I thought it would, mainly because I didn't end up buying the analog phones. And right when I was about to buy the analog phones, I saw, like I said, I saw the video by Collab Retro, and I was like, I should just use IP phones because cool, and because Cisco. So that's what I decided to do. So I kind of rewrote my custom call blocking and custom call handling software to work with the IP phones and just work with the way I'm having it now. So I'll show the web interface for that in a little bit, but I'll explain how this is how the setup is kind of working. So this right here, Cisco 2901 router, and something that's very stupid about my entire setup is that, 1, I have Starlink internet, and 2, it's a CG-natted public IP address. So that means in these Cisco routers, if you're familiar with configuring SIP on the Cisco router, normally you have to set a loopback IP address and set that to the public IP address of your ISP. Well, with me, and that's what I'm having to do on this 3945. Well, with me, since I don't have a static public IP and it's CG natted, I end up having a ton of issues getting SIP to work, like voice gateway grade SIP to work. Which is kind of a big deal. I have to go pretty much every time I wake up to get ready for work. I have to set the public IP address in the 3945 because it changes pretty much every day, which is very annoying, and it's not reliable whatsoever. But Cisco ATAs don't care about that for some reason. So what I've done is I got a Cisco ATA, and it's currently registered to my private phone network, but it will be registered to PSTN shortly once I get this system up and running in my house and whatnot. But it's going from the ATA, and it plugs into an FXO port on the back of the 2901, and then from there it forwards the call to my custom call software, and then the call software sends the call to the IP phone, which is the way it's doing. I would love to have just registered this to my to the VoIP provider and just have everything. There have no analog line in between it whatsoever. It would just be completely digital voice, but of course, you can't have it that nice, unfortunately. So that's the very cursed way I figured out around this. That way, this is on 24/7. I never have to wake up. Calls will never fail because the public IP address changed, which is very nice. Now, sorry for rambling on. I'll go ahead and kind of show the web interface and how it works. So here's the web interface for the whole thing. I since updated it a lot since the last video, and I've added a crap ton of things for them. We're only going to focus on the user panel portion. So I have caller management, caller logs, and caller bypass, and I'll go into that, what each and every one of those do. Currently there's nothing in here because I deleted everything for this video. So let me go ahead and start off by calling with my test phone on a separate CME system. So this is going to act like all this is on PSTN, and someone's calling my house. So they'll call 682-3004. Of course, that's going to be a PSTN number eventually.
Thank you for calling the Raybuck household. Voicemails are not yet supported on this phone system. Please wait while we connect your call.
And now this phone is ringing, so I can go ahead and answer it. We'll just mute it on both phones so I don't have any crazy feedback. So yeah, we are now talking over 2 CME systems. And hold music does work. Your classic Cisco hold music, of course, and it does work the other way around. That sounds like crap. It's fine, my internet's probably crapping itself. But anyways, we'll go ahead and hang up. And notice, I hung up on that phone, and it takes about 3 to 4 seconds for it to hang up on the other phone. That's because there's that little portion of analog phone line that's coming out of the ATA and into the FXS port. So, whenever me just calling that phone, let me reload the page here, my caller ID has now entered into the web interface. So you can see that my caller ID was 6820025. So then what I could do is I can give that a name. So I could type in 6820025, and we can just give it a test name of my name. So we just added my name into the caller name section. And say I don't want Perry calling me ever again. I can hit block, and now next time that person tries calling the phone system,
Sorry, this number has been blocked.
it says the number has been blocked, obviously, which is very cool and a nice feature. Because I don't know if CME has that without like command line bullcrap, so I just wrote my own software to do it because, you know, I like taking the hard way around things. Okay, anyways, so I can go ahead and let me just like not show that message. Sorry. There, problem solved. So now I can go ahead and hit unblock. And now let me demonstrate, well, call logs. We could see that it just popped up in here. So that was the time I called, and we can see that I called, and we can see that the call was received. So let me go home and let me go into call bypass. And it basically gives you the description there. So let me go ahead and hit bypass. Oh no, not unbypass. We want to hit bypass. And now we can see that the calls are bypassed. All calls are bypassed. Phones will not ring. Unbypassed to resume normal operation. Now, whenever someone calls, that is the wrong number.
Sorry, nobody is phone to answer the call. Please call back later.
It gives a, sorry, no one's here to answer the call. Please call back later. And then, obviously, if I come over here and I unbypass the call, really?
Thank you for calling the Rayback household. Voicemails are not yet supported on this phone system. Please wait while we connect your call.
This is freaking cool. So anyways, that is a phone system. And just for fun, I'll call it off of my new phone. This is my main desk phone. I actually like the older phones better than I like this, but we'll just call. And we'll see this caller ID pop up in here.
Thank you for calling the Rayback household.
No name assigned.
Voicemails are not yet supported on this phone
Let's block
system.
it.
Please wait while... This number has been blocked.
This number has been blocked. So yeah, that is basically the home phone system. Go ahead and log out of that. I'll make another video, probably a better video, whenever I get the system up and running and I get the phones in place. It is going to be a very jank way on how I get these connected, because I don't have any Ethernet ran in my house besides for the APs, and I don't feel like running Ethernet through my walls. So I will show you my very jank solution to that so in the next video. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.